Yo, you guys, this is Blacklist of the Abyss, and you're watching my review for the Irregular Magic High School, aka Mahoka Koku no Rotose, Episode 6. Now, you might notice that the background is a little different, and that's because I'm back home instead of back at my college dorm, and because of the traveling I do on Friday, my reviews are a day behind, so I actually could have had this review up yesterday, but I fell asleep while in the middle of editing the Stardust Crusaders video. And then once I woke up, it was too late to record the review. So, yeah. That's why you might notice that the time of day and the shirt I'm wearing is completely different in my live reaction, which I did actually film or record yesterday. So, yeah, that's that. That's why this review is up later. But, yeah. Um, so I'll just get into it. I liked this episode. I thought it was great, to be honest. It was this this it's the start, all right? It's the start of the awesomeness that is the regular Magic High School, okay? And the pacing was kind of fast in the beginning there. They followed the light novel for the most part. They took out maybe like the only a few scenes, and the scenes that they did take out were mostly comedy, mostly. Um, This episode starts off with Leo fighting some of those Blanche Eagle-Light guys, and then Tatsuya and Miyuki show up. After they show up, then Erica comes back. She was already there. The two of them were there together, and then she left to go get their CAD, their CAD, and she came back. And yeah, in the light novels, Tatsuya and Miyuki decided to mess with them a little bit and say, like, "Oh, so you two were here together, huh? What were you doing?" And then they're like, "No, no, no. I know what you're trying to say. No, don't even try. All right." Leia was like, "No, I was here first. All right. Then that woman showed up afterwards. Okay, don't even try that. All right." So in the light novel, that was pretty funny. So I can understand taking it out though because it does kind of mess with the whole serious vibe of this school being attacked by some crazy terrorists. So I can kind of see why they took that out. But yeah, it was actually really quickly paced. Um, they took out some of the dialogue that the four of them had, and then they had Haruka show up like that, which did happen in the light novel. But it was just the pacing was so fast. It was just like I don't know. It was just fast. Haruka gave them the information about Blanche being after the library. Then they leave. Leo's questioning Tatsuya and how he feels Sayaka should be treated because he thinks that Sayaka shouldn't be spoiled or coddled. So, but you know, there's a small argument there. But then after that, like all of a sudden doesn't care anymore. Now he's fighting, and then him and Tatsuya are on good terms. It was just weird. The pacing was just too fast there. But after that, I didn't really have that much of a problem with it. After they do leave and they do head towards the library, they see all these Blanche guys, all these Egan Light guys. Attacking students, and Leo decides to stay back to fight them, which he was doing pretty good. He was doing pretty good, not gonna lie. All right, he has Panzer, all right, a voice activated CAD, um, and he uses fortification magic to just make it straight. It's like using Harden in Pokemon. All right, imagine or Iron Defense or something like that. All right, that's the gist of what fortification magic is. All right, but yeah, and he's just dominating people there. Um, Then the others just move on ahead. They leave him there. They go on ahead towards the library. And once they get there, Tatsuya is he's a very good censor. Okay, he's very good. He's a very good censor, and the way he kind of just sat there, closed his eyes, and he figured out the locations of all the Blanche guys, all the Eagle Eye guys that were there. It was like he had the Byakugan, all right. And what he did was he accessed the information dimension, which I will assume that they will in fact explain that at some point in time. But just in case they do, I mean, I can't see them not doing it, but just in case, I'll give a little brief explanation that's probably not going to be very good, but oh well. Um, pretty much the information dimension is something that any magician can access. It's this dimension where everything is in the form of information, pretty much. And when you access that dimension, you can read the information and find out things like the location of certain people in an area. All right, and Tatsuya is very good. He's one of the best when it comes to uh, getting data from the information dimension. So his range and the type of data he can get is just he's just really good. All right, so he's able to figure out where all these guys are. All right, but if the explanation isn't really that good, but just think of it as the Byakugan. Really, just think of it as the Byakugan. It's really that's the best way to describe it. It's the Byakugan. All right, so it doesn't have that one degree of weakness. It's actually all the way around. But yeah. Um, Once he actually figures out where all the people are, Erica just goes off and takes care of them. And while she is doing that, Tatsu and Miyuki, they go ahead. Tatsu was jumping back and forth like Sonic the Hedgehog or Shadow or SBO or someone. All right, he was wall jumping and crap. Miyuki just jumped up, floated up, and landed. And they went on ahead. All right, and Sayaka. All right, she's with these dudes inside the library. They're trying to get this classified information on magic research that the school has, and this is when Sayaka really starts to like question what they're doing because she is there to help stop the discrimination that the students at First High School are experiencing. However, they're sitting there getting classified information on magic research, and that's how is that going to help with discriminate that it just what like it just doesn't make sense. In the light novel they gave a little bit more of an explanation, but it's not really that big of a deal because the point is that they clearly have ulterior motives here. They aren't their goal isn't what Sayaka thinks it is, and we've all figured this out by now. They have other plans. Tsukasa Hajime, this dude is he's taking advantage of Sayaka, all right, and right when they get access to this data, Tatsuya comes in. All right, it's like he pushes the door just falls apart. It's like he cut it and it just falls apart. And they didn't explain how he did it on purpose. Um, the light novel didn't either. Um, and what they didn't mention is that that door was actually fortified, just like Leo's CAD was his CAD. The door was actually fortified as well. So that makes it even more impressive that he was just so easily able to just push it down with one one pull of the trigger there. So, and that's not all he did either. That little cube that they were using to access the databases, the device that they were storing all the data on, he just completely destroyed those too. Two more clicks of the gun, and that they just fell apart. All right, so Tatsuya's the magic that Tatsuya uses is not limited to the vibrations that he used against Hattori. All right, so okay, all right, that's interesting. Another light just randomly came on. All right, oh, and now it's off. Oh, hmm. Well, the point is that Tatsuya has more weapons than we are aware of. Okay, so are you serious? Freaking timers, man. As I was saying, Tatsu's got secrets, right? That's the best way to put it. Tatsu's got secrets. He's got more offense than people know about. All right, especially people at the school. Um, if he could do stuff like that, that he could have probably who knows what he could do. Honestly, well, you'll see what he can do next episode. This next episode, they're gonna finish off this arc. So then after that, we're gonna get into the nine schools competition. So yeah, that's gonna be awesome. But speaking of the nine schools competition, steeplechase. Actually, no, let me not even get into that. Let me not even get into that. Um, I completely forgot. Oh yeah, yeah. So Tatsu comes in, takes out the devices that they were using. All right, and this one dude pulls out a gun. All right, he's gonna try and shoot Miyuki and Tatsuya. And luckily, Miyuki was well, not no, not luckily because the guy just isn't skilled enough to take out Tatsuya and Miyuki. But Miyuki froze his hand, his gun. He couldn't do anything, and the anime showed Sayaka being surprised at this dude pulling out the gun, but the light novel did such a great job because they used narration, or he, I guess, Tsutomu Sato, he used narration to kind of describe the thoughts that were going through Sayaka's head, because, like I mentioned earlier, she was already starting to question why she was working with these guys, alright? And the light novel showed how those feelings were combining with the fact, like, this guy, who was technically her partner, one of the guys she's working with, this dude is literally prepared to commit murder. He was legit going to try and kill Tatsuya Miyuki. She was about to become an accessory to murder. Alright? And for someone like Sayaka, who is literally only doing this because she's been discriminated against and she wants to get rid of that discrimination, her intentions are pure. Alright? She doesn't want anyone to legit get hurt from this. She just wants to be treated equally. And now she's faced with this situation where she might become an accessory to murder and her life might be ruined. Like that, she is legit freaking out. Like in the light novel, you can get like you get the sense of how she's freaking out. She realizes she's just starting to lose it. She doesn't know what to think anymore. She just doesn't know what to do. All right, and in this episode, after Miyuki freezes the dude's hand, her and Tatsuya just start to talk to Sayaka, and they pretty much point out how stupid she's being. They point out how she's being used. They point out how she's wrong, pretty much. They just pretty much destroy her verbally. No, not destroy her verbally, but like her arguments and any reason she had to stay with Blanche and Ignite, they just completely destroyed it. All right, and the two guys behind her like got her to use the Antonite ring, so she just used it and she ran. Fight or flight, you know, she chose to flee. I can't really blame her because, like I said, all the stuff going through her head, the whole almost becoming an accessory to murder, realizing that she just doesn't know what to do. All right, so all the stress, all the mental conflict she's going through in her head, she just run, like yeah, just run. All right, so I don't blame her for that. As for the other two, Tatsu just took them out easy. Closed his eyes and still took them. He had his eyes closed and he still took them out. All right, those two. Wow. I don't know whether it's that those two guys suck or if Tatsu is just that. Actually, it's probably both. It's probably both. Those two suck, but Tatsu is still awesome. Yeah. All right. So, Sayaka does end up getting through the well. No, she gets through Tatsuya and Miyuki, but she doesn't get through Erika. Right? She gets to Erika, and then they start to fight. And Erika, she's using self-acceleration magic. All right, she's like it's almost as if she's using instant transmission. She's just teleporting all over the place, like using the flying thunder god jutsu or something. Like it, she's yeah, it was awesome. It was pretty legit. And Sayaka's watching this thing. And that's the same style as Mari Watanabe. Watanabe Mari. Watanabe Mari sounds cooler than Mari Watanabe. So, oh, whatever. I'll just call her Mari. All right, screw it. All right. She has the same style as Mari, and it turns out that Mari is actually a disciple of the Chiba family because, as I mentioned before, the Chiba family run this dojo, all right, where they teach swordsmanship to people, and Mari was a student there at one point. And Erika, when it comes to swordsmanship, she's actually better than Mari. Okay, so it's safe to say she dominated Sayaka. All right, she dominated her. Then she convinced her to take the ring off, use that sword, and go all out. And she still she still dominated Sayaka after that. She broke her arm too, I think, or fractured it something. All right, she cracked her. She did some. She cracked a bone somewhere. All right, she did something. All right, and it really makes you think. All right, Erika is branded as a Course 2 student. This is the third time we've seen this. First with Tatsuya, then with Leo, now with Erika. This is the third time we've seen this. A Course 2 student who is pretty much labeled as weak. but then you see them in action and you realize they're not weak. Like, can you honestly look at what Erica did in this episode and call her weak, or can you really call her a substitute or like an extra? She's legit strong. Like this is one of the points that the anime tries to get across. Like, what does it really mean to be strong? Like, you try to give people these labels and try to determine what it is that makes someone strong, but when you do that, it just doesn't end up the way it should, because there are always going to be people who, it's pretty much a giant don't judge a book by its cover type of lesson here. All right, that's essentially what it is. Don't judge a book by its cover. Except it's more complicated than that, but you get the point. All right, so yeah, this is. I'm sure it's not going to be the last. It's no, I know it's not going to be the last time we see this either. Of course, two student being thought of as strong. So, and we've already seen Mayumi say she wants to change things. So, with constant examples of course two students who are actually strong, will there actually be change? Who know? Well, I know. I was about to say who knows, but I know because I read the light novels, as is proven by the fact that I just mentioned Steeplechase not too long ago. But whatever. Um, but yeah, so and, oh yeah, there was a scene here that got cut out, which it was more comedy, where Tatsu and Miyuki came down and they saw that Erica had beaten Sayaka, and Sayaka loses consciousness there, and they're pretty much just joking around with Tatsuya, Erica mostly, trying to get him to carry Sayaka to the nurse's office, and Erica's like, hey, it's not often that a guy gets a chance to hug a cute girl that tightly. You should carry her to the nurse's office. After all, I'm sure she'd want it too. Yeah, and it was just Erica messing with Tatsuya, and Tatsuya was trying to just get himself out of it. Then Miyuki was like, Onisama, this is Erica you're arguing with here. You should realize what the outcome's going to be already. And he's like, oh yeah, you're right. I should have known. And then Erica's like, wait a second, what's that supposed to mean? Like, you two can't gang up on me like that. That's not fair. It was just it was your classic irregular Magic High School comedy, but I guess you wouldn't know that it's classic irregular Magic High School comedy because they cut half of it out. But whatever, whatever. Um, Maybe they'll keep some of it in when they get to the nine schools competition. But that was a scene that they took out. Um, but yeah, after that, Tsukasa, this piece of garbage, this piece of crap, this guy is such a loser. He saw that things were failing, and he tried to sneak off the campus. But the Public Morals Committee wasn't having any of that, man. This dude got one-shotted by Sawaki. He tried to fight back, and Sawaki was just like, "Boom, you're done. You're done. That's it. That's all. That's all she wrote. That's all it takes." And this dude was done after that. Oh yeah, we also learned about one of the types of magic that Mari can use. She can use like fragrances and things in order to create truth serums and kind of just manipulate people pretty much. Um, the extent to it, we don't know all the types of different fragrances and things that she can make, but um, she'll learn a couple more in the Yokohama disturbance arc. That's where we learn more about her uh, magic and her fragrances and things. But whether or not that'll be in the season, I don't know. I don't know. I thought they'd take like 5 to 6 episodes for this arc. They ended up taking 7. If they took 7 episodes for this, they're definitely taking more than 10 for the nine schools competition, which is what I thought before, but that's not going to be the case now. I can tell. It's probably going to be like 12 or 13 or something, which will put them in the 20s. So and they'll probably do Reminiscence after that, which is the Miyuki Tatsuya flashback. Um, Backstory, I guess it would be more. Oh, it's both, but whatever. And I'm getting way off topic now. Back to the episode. Tsukasa gets his butt kicked by Sawaki. All right. Then back to the nurse's office. Sayaka's talking about why, in fact, she did listen to Tsukasa and why she went along with Blanche. And it turns out to all be based off of a misunderstanding. Because back when she was a first year, she wanted to spar with Mari. But Mari said no because she didn't think that the two of them would be a good match. And Sayaka takes that to mean that Mari was like, "You're just not good enough to compete with me." But in reality, it was the opposite. Mari was saying, "You're too good for me. You should find someone who's closer to your skill level, someone who's actually as good as you are, but someone who's better than me." So it turns out that all of Sayaka's anger towards Mari that they failed to show in the anime, but they did show in the light novel. Um, her her feelings towards Mari, her negative feelings towards Mari, her joining Blanche, her feeling like the school was giving her a raw deal, like all she feels as though the last year of her life has been wasted because of a misunderstanding, and she feels like an idiot for it. But Tatsuya tells her like, no, it hasn't been a waste because you've improved yourself, right? Like you've trained yourself, you've gotten stronger. Erica acknowledged that, right? If Erica acknowledges that your swordsmanship has improved, then it must be true, right? I mean, this isn't exactly freaking I don't know, Leo. I guess Leo's not a swordsman. He doesn't know about swordsmanship. So, like you get the point. You get the point. If Erica is skilled with the sword. She has an eye for this type of thing, so she knows what she's talking about. That's the point. All right. My inability to come up with examples should not affect that. Should not affect that conclusion. Um, yeah. So Tatsu pretty much tries to reassure her that the last year of her life has not been wasted, and then she kind of just breaks down. She cries on Tatsuya's stomach, I guess. It was like a middle. It was like the middle here, but whatever. Stomach, abs, chest, whatever you want to call it. And Miyuki allowed it, so she's not such a hardcore brocon that she wouldn't like allow something like this. Um, but yeah, that's that. After that, they decide to talk about where Blanche's hideout is because Tatsuya plans on going there on his own to just take them all out, which tells you something about how strong he is, or at the very least, how confident he is in his abilities. But of course, Miyuki would never let him go alone, so says she wants to go as well. And Erica and Leo, they come in as well. They chime in and say, "Yeah, we're going too." All right. And then, but Miami and Mari, they're like, "No, none of you are going. This goes above and beyond what students are supposed to do. Your duties don't extend this far. Like you don't need to do this." And Tatsuya says, "I'm not doing it for the school. I'm not doing it for my duties. I'm not doing it for Sayaka either. I'm doing this because anyone who threatens myself or Miyuki is going to get punished. They're going to get destroyed. All right, protecting myself and her are my highest priority. All right, highest priority. Not creating the thermonuclear reactor, not getting the secret documents that only students from government affiliated magic high schools can get. None of that stuff. None of that stuff. Um, Not his engineering. None of it. His highest priority is protecting himself and Miyuki. All right. So they end up allowing it. And Jumonji Katsuta, he says that he'll go. He'll go. So that makes Mari and Miami feel a little bit better. Um, as far as where they're actually going, where the hideout is, Tatsuya said it best. All right, if you don't know something, ask someone who does. He walks to the door. Haruka's standing right there trying to eavesdrop on them. All right. But she was naive, just like she said. She shouldn't have underestimated the sensing ability of Yakumo's favorite disciple, his favorite student. And they didn't put in that word favorite in the anime, but they used it in the light novel. Yakumo's favorite student. All right. So she ends up having this information about where Blanche's current base of operations is in Japan. All right. And at this point, you should be wondering, like, okay, there's more to Haruka than meets the eye. This girl is not a simple counselor. All right. She's got some story. All right. For her to know all this information, she knew what Blanche's goal was at the library. She knows where their hideout is. Like there's clearly something else to this girl. More than meets the eye. The, every single character in the regular Magic High School that phrase can apply to. More than meets the eye. Pretty much. but you'll find out soon enough who exactly she is. Nine schools competition, actually. Yeah. Yeah. It's nine schools competition. I was trying to decide. I was trying to decide whether it was that or Yokohama, but it's nine schools competition. But yeah, you'll find out about her later on. But there was another scene here that they took out, which I don't blame them for because it was more comedy. Um, it was a scene where Haruka. It was just more dialogue with Haruka, and apparently she played this joke on Tatsuya where she pretty much told everybody that they could call her Haruka. However, Tatsuya, like a few other boys specifically, she just never told them. So they're walking around calling her Ono Sensei while everyone else is calling her Haruka-chan. And like at first, it doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal. It sounds like a really, really lame prank that doesn't really accomplish much at all. But when you think about it and you think about the kind of person Tatsuya is, he's like this know-it-all who knows pretty much everything there is to know about everything. At least that's how he comes off as. And then now he's like everyone's in on this secret and he doesn't know. Like for someone like Tatsuya, it's actually a pretty good prank. And like in the line now they were teasing him about it, like, oh Tatsuya, you mean you didn't know? And he's just like he was just like, all right, whatever, just give me the information, all right, just drop the yak, just give me the information. And even then, he refused to call her Haruka-chan. He still called her Ono Sensei, so I applaud him for that. That's probably what I would have done too, because calling her Haruka-chan would be like admitting defeat. All right, now at least this way he can try and play it off like he would have called her Ono Sensei even if she hadn't played the prank on him, and even if she had actually told him that. But yeah, it was a funny scene. But they could have put it in, but I don't blame them for not doing it. Um, the way and the rest of the episode is Jumonji getting everything set up since he's a member of the Ten Master Clans. He's got connections. They got this tank. They're gonna go right in through the front door. And Kirihara decides he wants to go too because he was sitting outside the whole time listening in to everything Sayaka was saying. And apparently he's not the kind of guy we thought he was. He's actually a good guy. Yeah. He actually respects Sayaka a lot. So yeah, he's gonna go too. So we've got Jumonji, Kirihara, Erika, Leo, Miyuki, and Tatsuya versus the Blanche Japanese branch. The Japanese branch of Blanche. There we go. Japanese branch of Blanche. Um, and yeah, like I said before, next episode is going to finish off this arc. You will see some cool things. You will see some cool things from Tatsuya, from Miyuki, um, probably Kirihara. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could call it. I mean, not you've seen it before, but whatever. You'll be able to decide on your own whether you think it's impressive or not. But as for this episode, I'll give it a 9 out of 10. I thought it was great. I thought it was great. I loved the way they animated things, like when they animated Tatsuya looking into the information dimension to kind of use his sensing abilities to find out where the people are. I loved the way they did that. I loved the way they did cast jamming in the smoke and Tatsuya just taking the people out. Um, the way they animated Erika's fight with Saya. I love the way they animated in Leo in the beginning too. I love the way they animated all of it. So yeah, I thought the episode was great. And I am assuming that the next episode will be even better. If not, it'll be just as good. Um, but yeah, and then like I said before, I've said this a ton of times already, but this is the least good arc in the series. So if you're liking it right now, then you're gonna love what happens after this. You're gonna love the Nine Swords competition and everything afterwards. All right, so yeah, just look forward to it. Um, like I said, this episode gets a 9 out of 10, and I'll put my live reaction after this. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Live reaction for the Irregular Magic High School. I I broke this part of my old with my red headphones. So while I'm waiting for the new part to arrive, I have to use these broken behind headphones. Oh man. Oh well, gotta make do with what I've got, I guess. But whatever. Live reaction. Boom. Leo. Leave it to him. Miyuki doing her thing.
Let me move. Let me move over a little bit. All right, there we go. Better now. I can lean. I can lean back. Hold on. There we go. There we go. Oh, Erica's here too. That's what she's. That's what she's thinking about. She's not worried about losing. She just wants to know she can kick their butts and destroy them all. Uh-oh. Oh, Jesus Christ. Talk about a diversion. My goodness. Jesus Christ. Oh, dang. No, Jesus. Panzer. No, no girls either. No freaking girls in Panzer. Alright? Huh. Dude, Leo's pretty good shit. Dude, Leo's pretty good shit. Don't underestimate him just because he's not Tatsuya or Miyuki or Mayumi or Mari or Erica. Or, you get the point. Oh dang. Oh dang. Uh-oh. Oh dang. Dude's freaking Neji Hugo, man. He got the Byakugan. Mm. Dang. Yo, Eric is too cool, man. Dude, sword versus baton, and Eric is still winning. Uh-oh. Oh, dang, look at him. Freaking Sonic the Hedgehog over there. Uh-oh. Yo. Yo. Tatsuya. Oh, man. This is the first time we're getting legit look at his magic. And Miyuki's, to be honest. I mean, not really, but kind of. No, that's not where the mistake lies. It's just how you tried to do it. You don't even know half of it. Uh-oh. That's how it was portrayed. Like, no, that was some anime only fan service right there. Oh dang, that's some Vince McMahon, Brett screwed Brett type of logic there. That's that's some psychology. Yo, cast jamming. That's right. And tonight rings. Dude is awesome, man. Let Erica handle her. Yes. Yes, here it is. Oh man, this is gonna be freaking awesome. She sees the carnage. Now she's worried. Uh-oh. Ooh. Yo. See, that just makes her the same as Kirihara now, trying to rely on magic than her actual sword skills. Dang. Dang. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Oh. Yep, there we go. There we go. The person she knew wasn't Mayumi, it was Mari. That'll probably get explained later on. Oh, dang. Holy crap. Yo, Eric. Yo, Eric is no joke. I wouldn't say that. If she was serious, she'd be dead. That's what serious is. Yeah, boo. Disciple. Mari, Erica. Boo. I love Mari. She's awesome, but Erica, she's just even better. Yeah, he tried to escape. He tried to escape, leave everyone behind. yo, yo, don't mess with Sawaki. Oh, oh man, that's just embarrassing. That's embarrassing. Oh man, and we're only halfway through the episode. Kirihara used to say, yo, Kirihara. See, now he doesn't feel that bad anymore. Yeah, well, if Mari would have lost it, I guess it's not that bad for me to lose too. He's literally. Oh, okay. I thought he was just gonna sit there with his arms behind his back. That would have been yo. That would have been messed up. Even Miyuki's like, okay, all right, I'll let you have that one. Oh, he doesn't care. He's not doing it because of the school. He's not asking you to come. I will eradicate them all. Highest priority. Boom. I need to stop saying boom. Even I'm getting annoyed by it. He just knew she was there. Same technique used before. Her voice is too girly to be that suspicious. Hmm. She's like, well, if I can't go, then you can't go either. The truth comes out. Idaro. Oh man, this episode was great. All right, I'll tell. I don't even need to watch it again. I already know this episode was great. Oh man, next week's gonna be just as great too, man. I'm telling you, this is the least good arc. So imagine how the others are gonna be. All right, I'm telling you, this is the kind of series where it starts off slow. Each arc, it starts off slow to build things up and build things up, and to hint at things without even realizing it. Then all of a sudden at the end, you get boom, 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 boom. All right, back to back, back to back, just awesomeness nonstop. All right, that that's what it's. Oh my goodness, I need to hurry up and get my own headphones fixed. This is ridiculous. But anyway, that's I don't even remember where I was. Point is that the anime is great. That's the point. So yeah. Uh, yeah, I guess that's it, you guys. I'll see you guys next time.